Hey, what's up, everybody? Welcome to Late Night with Gray. How's everybody doing this evening? I hope everybody's doing well. And again, you're on Prepper. My condolences to your aunt as well. Glad that you can hang out for a bit. Truly appreciate that. All right, so let me back up this chat and say hello to some of you folks in here real quick. And where's my mouse at? There it is. All right, where are we at here? So who do we got in here? We got McBean Scottish Fitness. Good to see you. Rafter Stacker, Dottie A, JT, Mama Bear J15, Freaky Geek. Daniel, God is my judge. Mark Witcher, Freaky Geek. I probably repeated Freaky. The Bitter Critter. Good to say. Good to see you. Sorry. And let me see here. Who else do we got in here tonight? We got Michelle. Good to see you, Michelle. I know sometimes you're upset that you get to miss these streams, but I truly appreciate you being here. Good. What's up, Shadow Scout Sweet? Good to hear from you as well, all the way from Sweden. Little Lone Prepper, Minuteman 69. You brought the donuts. Awesome. Appreciate that. What's up, Angela? Good to see you as well. Who else do we have in chat? Jeff, good to see you. You must be off work, Jeff. I figured you must be home at this point. Milo on the ready. Hey, brother. Let me see. I'm a survivor. Make sure I don't miss anybody here. Scrolling on down. I got Angela. I know I got Angela. Michelle. Ethel Miller. Good to see you as well. Who else do we have in chat tonight? Here I am. Hello, everyone. I like that, Ethel. All right. Dale is also here tonight. Prepper Mo Homestead from Long Island. Nice. What's going on, Elizabeth? How you doing tonight? Colleen Rich. Beth, hi, Phil. Good to see you as well. Duby Farrar. Let me see. Oh, I was about to mispronounce that one. Annie BOK. Dottie A. Baba Ellis. Daily Prepper. Good to see you, my friend. Always good to see folks like the Daily Prepper. Tiny Titan is also here tonight. I'm trying to catch up now. Oh, now it's moving a lot faster. People must have known that I got what's up, Sprocket 123 from Colorado. We have Libby Lauderdale. Good evening. Maverick Brick USA. A lot of new names, which is awesome to see. Always prepping. Good to see you. Why is my mouse not working? And you guys probably heard me slam that mouse down on there. What's up, KB? Chief Prepper, Mike Stiles, Andrew Corum, Dragons in the house as well. Pony Girl. And yes, folks, if you're new to the channel, I'd like to say hello to everybody in chat. Vicky Jordan from Texas. Hello. Did I say what's up to you, Maverick BUSA? Who else do we have in chat tonight? I got Andrew. Jan, what's up, Jan? Good to see you. I just saw you popped in there. Rachel Atkins and Ann Palmer from Louisiana. Busted Beak Chiefs in the house as well. I think I got everybody. Joyce, I think I got everybody lined up all right. And Milo, I'm pretty sure I got you too. Mousetrap. Yes, Jeff. All right, folks. So tonight, you guys know, in the late night, I on the late night shows, I hate getting too deep into the political realm of things. It's kind of like I wish we could just relax and have a good time and chat, but there's so much crap going on in the world today. And I decided to focus the main point of this live stream in regards to oil and gas and how relative it is to us in the preparedness community. I miss being able to, yeah, right, Michelle? What's up, Ann from MA? Good to see you as well. Crazy times. I agree. And thank you, Rachel. I appreciate that. Good. What's up, Allison Sherman, Sarah? So I've been having these conversations all day, right? And before we get into the stream, I'm going to be honest with you folks. I'm really reluctant to share this information, but here's the conundrum. So I'll elaborate a little bit so you guys can kind of understand where I'm coming from. So I have a regular that comes into my shop. I have a lot of different regulars that, come to my shop and hang out and shoot, shoot the breeze and whatnot before they make their purchases. Well, one of my regulars came in today and he said, "Hey, I got some news for you." And I'm like, "What's up?" He says, "Well, my sister is a retired NSA." And most of you folks know what NSA is, National Security Agency and whatnot. And I guess she gave him a call. And the problem of me relaying this information that was given to me tonight is I don't want to spark fear into anybody or get anybody hyped up. So, but then I feel if something like this happens, what he told me, I would feel bad that I didn't share that with you, the viewers. So the information I'm going to share with you, like I said, it's third party, it's his sister who used to work for the NSA. They got information from other folks, and it was the second phone call that he received this evening in regards to a conversation they had. And it's just, I don't want anybody to freak out kind of thing. You know what I mean? Because we have to take all the information that we gather or get from whatever source that we get it from with a grain of salt. But I feel like I said, again, if I don't share this information and something does happen, then I'll feel bad. So basically, he basically told me that his sister, who used to work for the NSA, called him and said, hey, you need to take all your money out the bank. And I said, well, I've been telling that to my subscribers for quite some time. He said, well, that was the second phone call I received. And so basically he was leading up to basically someone in the NSA warned someone who used to work for the NSA that they're looking at possible cyber attacks on our banking system. And she reiterated to him that she wanted him to take his money out of the bank tonight. So it's food for thought, folks. I don't want anybody to go crazy and rush out there. I'm not trying to start any type of panic. But again, if something happened tomorrow or the next day, I would feel bad that if I did not share that information. Of course, I can't use names. So take that information with a grain of salt. A lot of you folks out there are very intelligent people. And a lot of you folks don't keep all your eggs in one basket, specifically all your financials in the bank. The part that scared me the most about this conversation is she said to him that can be anywhere from a situation from a few days up to 2 months. And I asked him, I said, if our banking system was attacked and people didn't have access to their money for over almost 2 months, I said that would be chaotic. That would be a crap hits the fan scenario. So I'm praying that it doesn't happen. I'm praying that the information is wrong, or, it's just, she's just trying to be cautious because that's her family. And she got some information and she just wants them to be safe just in case something happens. But food for thought, folks, food for thought. Yeah. Right. Milo. And it's funny. He mentioned that too. He says, well, I said, are you going to ask him? I said, are you going to go to the bank and take all your money out? He says, well, I don't have any money in there anyways. I was like, because he is struggling like most Americans are. What's up, Kevin Grip? Good to see you. East Tennessee Preparedness. Right on, Freaky Geek. But it was just a scary fact, because then I started thinking to myself, if the banking system's locked up, if cyber attacks actually hit our banking system, you would not be able to get direct deposits from, federal, state, your employer. You couldn't buy food. You couldn't buy gas, unless you had substantial amount of cash put away for food and gas and necessities. So it was just a scary thought when I started, what they call it, wargaming that whole process, if it was to transpire, and how long it would be. Yeah, exactly, Michelle. Only keep what you need and that's how I run it too, folks. I'll be completely honest with you. From me to you, I only keep in the bank exactly what my budget tells me. I have a ledger that I pay out every month. My bills are roughly the same, and I put in there, that's what goes in the bank. The rest of the fiat currency per se, either I'm investing into food and preps, silver, or I keep cash on hand, because even if the system was to start tumbling, the cash would still have some sort of value for a little bit before everybody understands what's going on and they find out how worthless a dollar will actually end up being. But let me see. Dang, my SS just went in. Yeah. And that's the scary part, Dale, is a lot of people are on these fixed incomes that their finances are direct deposited into their account, and they live off that money. So it's a scary fact that if something like that was to happen, it would be devastating. Now he did say, maybe that the U.S. is going to do something towards Russia, and they may retaliate. So there might be some, cyber attacks amongst each other. And she's just in fear that something may happen if we're going to be attacking Russia's banking system. Who knows? It's the NSA. It's a government agency, and who knows what they have up their sleeve and the information there. The bad thing is that usually the general public is the last to know, unfortunately. Yeah, D14. Good to see you as well. Right on, Minute Man. Jelton Inc., good to see you. All right, so folks, let's talk about this whole situation in regards to the oil. And I'm going to explain why I wanted to talk about this subject tonight. First of all, I want you guys to take a live look at where oil is right now. And it hit a pretty good high today. You know, they've been saying they haven't seen stuff like this in quite some time. And so right now, it wasn't right before I started the stream, it was about $1 higher. But anyways, right now it's at $1, my bad, $109.62 a barrel. And that is current. It topped out today at 112.84. Somewhere right around here, this 112 mark, it was somewhere around here it topped out, which is about 8 o'clock this evening. We'll see when trading gets full-fledged tomorrow when it opens up around here. To me, I did a 10-year study on oil, and or I think it's longer than that. I did let me see. Let's do a 10-year here real quick. And if we look, this is the oil here. It's never been this high in quite some time. I don't know why it did that, but as you can see here, I think at 2014, which a lot of you guys remember that, when we were paying retarded amounts of prices for gas. And then here we are as of late. Now that is current, like I said, at 109.67. So what does this mean for us as Americans? What does this mean for our economy? This is what concerns me. What's up, Survival Buzz? Yeah, and we can do, if you guys want to throw your gas prices in chat right now while I'm talking, kind of get an idea where we're at, kind of as it, because I see Kevin and some of the other folks in there. Survival Buzz is 369 in Oklahoma, 419. And I think someone sent me in Discord. Someone sent me in Discord. California prices was up over $5. And also, I want to pause for 1 second and just do a special shout out to Vera. So, hello, Vera. Thank you for watching, Vera. I truly appreciate that. So we get Yarn Prepper at 339 in Wisconsin, Dreams Acres at 359 in Michigan. And Dreams Acres, your same price here when I looked on the way in. What's up, William? Good to see you. Gelton says 389 in the Panhandle, 326. Northern, where is that price at? Let me back this up here. And I apologize. I didn't realize I was still sharing my screen because I'm so stuck on my coffee and looking at chat. Let me see here. Let me back it up. Sorry. Daily Purpose is up 30 cents in a week. That's insane. $3.80 in Jersey Shore. Kalen says $4.89 in Northern California. Rena says $3.26. Kevin that's in the Olympia area in Washington. East Tennessee Preparedness $3.65. So it definitely looks like it's up all over the place. Allison Sherman says $5.50 to $5.70 in San Diego. Wow, that's insane. Thank you. No problem. Pantry only recipes. $3.74 in Indiana. And $3.15 in Texas. Texas has the best gas prices, specifically down there in Houston. $4 in Mesa. What's up, Lewis? And Colin reaches in Western New York, $3.99, $4.19 in Oregon from William. Tiny Titan also coming in from Oregon at $4.19. Northwest Ohio at $3.69. We got North Carolina $3.79. So everybody's getting up there. Diane Pope from Palatka, Florida. Man, I haven't been to Palatka in a while. It's been a few years since I've been down to Palatka. Bringing up some old memories, Diane. Elizabeth $3.69. That's diesel. And Skittles is $3.19 in Southeast Texas. Beth is $4.19 in Washington. Teresa $3.79 Indiana. $1.79 a liter in Ontario County. And I know I'm bad at the whole conversion of liter, but I know it's pretty pricey there as well, Lewis. Angels Arrive $3.89 on Long Island, $3.69 in Georgia. So $3.9 Arkansas, that's not too bad. Bitter Critter, $3.19. That's a good price. At least I'm considering it a good price at this point right now. All right, up 20 cents overnight from WFR. And Daniel Holland in Kentucky, $3.49. So a lot of people, when they come into the shop, my place of business, everybody's kind of, upset about the gas prices. What's up, B Walker? You're fine. I appreciate you being here. Wink $3.17 in North Texas. So I think Texas has the best gas prices currently. So a lot of people have been coming in and complaining about the gas prices. And I'm like I said, that's just one piece of this puzzle is the gas prices. As people that, pump gas in our cars and we're paying a lot more, which cuts into our our paycheck or our money that we have, we're paying more at the pump. So we have to take away that money from, let's say, a bill or food or your preps or whatnot, right? But when you look at the big picture, this spike, this whole gas situation, as it rises and the price of crude oil rises. And speaking of which, I don't know if you guys saw the Saudi prince. He literally stated on a news channel that he doesn't care if Corn Pop understands him or not. So OPEC is not playing games, folks. And it's getting pretty intriguing out there. But let me get back to my point here. Is the fuel cost is going to be a lot detrimental to our economy. So look how goods are traded, right? So you have trucks that bring your food to your stores. You have airplanes, airliners, trains, all the different things that take fuel to transport goods around the United States and around the globe. So these folks are going to have to pay more for fuel to get that truck from wherever it's coming from distribution center to bring food to your local grocery store. It's going to cost them more. Who do you think is going to pay for that? It's going to be us, the consumer. So not only is fuel prices going to go up, the domino effect basically states that everything is going to go up. Food, everything that you could think of that gets delivered. So every piece of our economy is going to go up in price. And it's already got, we've all been talking about this for quite some time now. Our economy's in the gutter and things have been going up for over a year. The price of food is just ridiculous. I saw someone said a gallon of milk in California was up to like $6-7. So this is what worries me the most, is the impact on us, we the people, of how this, and I know we're trying to punish Russia. I get that, right? And but there's this simple solution to all this. Livestock feed is going up again. Jan, and also, I'm telling you, people keep on forgetting about fertilizer. Okay? Man, and we can go into this whole rabbit hole of fertilizer, but the fertilizer shortage is still there, which then equates to our food because our crops need fertilizer. Yeah, right, Andrew. I agree. So there's a lot of little pieces that are adding up to a really nasty storm moving into this year. I mean, in 2022 is just only 3 months old. Yeah, January, February, March. We're just barely touching into 2022, into the first quarter per se, right? It's like a football game, first quarter, halftime, and then of course, and so on and so forth. And it concerns me that things aren't going to get any better. But I want you guys to take one silver lining out of this before I get into how we can fix this situation. Well, not we, but the political figures in our government could really resolve this issue, specifically Corn Pop. But the silver lining is all the food that you've been stockpiling, everything that you've gotten that you've been prepping over the last, let's say, year, 5 years, 10 years, just the value has increased 3 and 4 times fold. It's like all this investment you've made is 100% worthwhile, because the same can that you paid 5 years ago that you might have got for 30 cents or 49 cents or whatever you paid for it is now $1.50 and going up. So it's having these assets is kind of nice. Think of it like that. But regardless, this is directly caused by yeah, right. Right on, Michelle. Oh, I love your comments. You and Chief. Yes, exactly, Dottie A. And I discussed this previously in the previous administration. I showed you guys a graph on the Sunday Shift Report, I think it was, that in 2020, when the number 45 was in office, we were importing about 26,000 barrels a day from Russia. And then in 2021, when Corn Pop took office, we were importing on an average about 209,000 barrels of oil per day from Russia. So, and then you have people like Jen Psaki, or Circle Bat, whatever you want to call this woman, saying, well, we're only doing this much. It's only 10% or whatever. But then when I look up the statistics, her numbers are off. So I think they're just feeding a bunch of crud to the audience who wants to digest this, the general public that accepts what they see on the media as fact. You know what I mean? And what these politicians are telling these folks. Agreed, Michelle. Agreed. So that being said, and Jan, I was going to say, compost. If you can produce compost, creating your own variation of fertilizer, like a composting bin and stuff like that, enough for your garden. That's the way to go, because it's taking your food scraps and your yard scraps and all that stuff like that, and making a compost and using that, or if you have chickens and using that, or rabbits or whatever, is definitely a better option than having to pay the high prices for fertilizer. Anyways, so here's the resolve. This is how simple it can be to turn our economy around. All Corn Pop has to do is reintroduce number 45's energy initiatives. Reopen the Keystone Pipeline, open the gateways for new land deals on federal land and stuff like that. Let Texas and Alaska and all the other places around here get to work. For one, it'll better our economy. Second, we become more energy independent. Then it brings fuel prices down, which is a win-win for everything. And let us, the United States, be a major exporter of oil. Let us, give, gas and oil to the EU, or whatever you want to call it, England and Germany and all those other countries out there. Let us be the main exporter. Let's stop importing everything and let's become top exporters. Just like when number 45 was in office, we had a surplus that we started exporting outside of our country. His sweetie, good to see you. Yeah, right, bitter critter. Yeah, I agree. What's up, Bonnie? William Pence, I agree, and that's the crappy part about it. So, Chief, I sometimes I can't let things fly, Chief. You got to be more family friendly. I do apologize, because we do have kids watching the content. Anyways, back to what I was saying is, so the Senate next week, which I don't know why it takes a week, but anyways, there's 75 people in the Senate. And Lindsey Graham is one of them, and they're going to take 75 of the senators, and they're going to propose to what is his name? I can't think of his name now. It's not Mitch McConnell, but it's the other guy. Who's the Senate leader right now? I can't think of his name. He's a piece of crap, and my apologies. That's what I think of him. What's up, Silly Eagle? Good to see you. No problem, Chief. It's understandable. Yeah, exactly, Minuteman. I agree. I saw something. Yeah, thank you, Nadler. And I don't know if it's Nadler. Who is he? Is he the Senate leader now? It used to be Mitch McConnell, but now it's the Democratic leader. Yeah. Lindsey is the one who's Chuck Schumer. Thank you. Thank you, East Tennessee. I don't know why that name. Maybe because I just dislike the guy. I don't want to know his name. So these 75 senators, included Manchin, are going to write a letter. I think it's something 14 of the Constitution, where they can approach the Senate Majority Leader and say, "Here, take this to. We want to pass this bill. We want to, to open up Keystone. We want to do this stuff." And he thinks that Schumer is going to kill it right there, because supposedly Pelosi goes on TV and says, "Let's stop. Let's stop getting oil from Russia." But Corn Pop and his administration don't want to do that. So either there's going to be a strife in the Democratic Party, and create more of a demise than it already is. I mean, if we've looked over the last year, and no offense if there's a Democrat watching this, it's just how I feel. That's crazy, Andy B. Okay. Yeah, and that would be interesting, right? I'm trying to catch what you guys are saying. Did you see what I put about? I haven't yet, Dragon. I don't know if it was early on, but you can tag me, and when you guys do that, you can tag me when you put in something that you want me to see, because sometimes I'll miss it because there's a lot of content going in Discord right now. But so anyways, within the next week or so, they're going to be writing this letter to these 75 senators and taking it to Schumer and trying to get it through the Senate and then to the House and then to Joe, to Corn Pop's desk. But I don't really see that happening. What's up, Hawkeye? Good to see you. Understandable. Milo and already, I don't know. I don't know if they do or don't, but they're falling apart. To be honest with you, The Dems and their politics and trying to destroy this company this country doesn't just make any sense. Why would you want to destroy your party? You know what I mean? But like they say, it's yeah, D14. Did you hear Lindsey Graham calling for? Yeah, I did see that. And someone asked me that too. They're like, people are saying, because, okay, so Putin is in this deep now, right? If you want to specifically talk, Putin is in too deep. It's no way that he can just back out and call it, hey, I'm done. I'm going to back out. I'm going to withdraw all my troops and stuff like that and kick. He's too deep into it. His ego, his, his, what do they call it? But you guys get what I'm saying. There's no way he can back out. So he's going to finish this one way or another. So there's going to be more loss of life. And I know some of you folks are out there, we're talking about the whole fire at the nuclear power plant. I think Europe's largest nuclear power plant, or European or whatever. And there's different stuff on the news. There's some folks like on Hannity, on Fox, they were saying there's one guy that came in there and said, well, it's in a building. They've already shut down one of the 4 reactors close enough to the fire, and it's a training building. It has windows, and as long as they can get it taken out, put out the fire, it's going to be fine. And then another nuclear person came on that was in the military and said, yeah, but the problem is they're using military munitions near this thing. And they went into what could happen and what the worst case scenarios can be and all that fun stuff like that. No matter how you look at it, it's still a scary thought, especially for those people in that area. If people have dealt with Chernobyl, who remember that in history, or Fukushima in Japan or whatnot. And depending on how far it goes, right? And Pony Girl, and I agree 100% with you. You're right. It's all about money. And that's how I look at oil. Oil is power. Matter of fact, I have something here. I took some notes on some quotes, right? It says, oil is the lifeblood of the industrialized nations. Oil has become the world's most important source of energy since the mid-1950s. Its products underpin modern society, mainly supplying energy to the power industry to heat homes and provide fuel for vehicles, airplanes, and carry goods and people all over the world, which is what I was talking about earlier, how you need the cost of fuel to carry goods across the United States we're going to incur that cost. And also oil just goes beyond just fuel. It said, I have notes here. It says everything from cosmetics to containers to machine parts to fashion, furniture are all byproducts of petroleum. Petroleum or oil has the potential to influence change in the regions that lack it, and it influences our ability to maintain security or defend against aggression. So the person who has the oil has the power. It's almost like money. It is money. It basically turns into money. What did you say, Milo? Yeah, yeah. People ask me that all the time, how far he's willing to go, and I really can't be 100% specific in regards to what he's going to do. The threat of nuclear war scares a lot of people, but at this point, it's a threat. As you heard many other times, there's people in our government calling, for us to get more involved in this situation, right? But it's like the Ukrainian president Zelensky said. He says he wants us to put an air, ban air. I don't forget what is it called. Jesus, it's late, folks. So I do apologize. But a restricted airspace or whatever. They want to make it so that there's a no-fly zone, right? But if we were to do that, we would need our pilots or NATO pilots to patrol that area, which then engulfs us into a war with Russia. And a lot of people think, well, they'll say, well, let's do it. The problem is, if that takes place, things will move further on. It's not just going to be Russia. There are other countries that will side with Russia. As you've seen in the United Nations, there's a few countries. There was 3 or 4, and then there was 33 that didn't vote. So that's several. And here's the ironic thing on the news today. All I've seen on the news the last 24 hours, it says they kept on talking about Xi Jinping and Putin having a conversation about not invading until after the Olympics. Do you guys remember about 3 weeks ago, I said that Putin is not going to invade until after the Olympics. So some of you folks had asked me, when do you think he's going to invade? I said, most likely it won't happen until after the Olympics. And lo and behold, now it's all over the news. I felt pretty special. I was like, maybe I should have my own news channel. Ironically enough, I was just kind of kidding, but it's just a natural assumption that China and Russia are working together in some form or factor, if not more than we know of. A lot of you folks are probably aware, especially if you're on my Discord, that Taiwan and lost power in its major cities. They didn't figure it out, and I haven't read any articles since then. I'm assuming they've gotten their power back on, but they lost power, and at first they were all confused in two of their major cities. The grid was hit pretty hard. What's up, Joni? B. Walker, thank you. Yeah, and Rena, I've been looking at it that way too. So you said $10 billion they're going to send over there to the Ukraine. You know, I made it kind of a joke, and I guess it's not of a joke because it's really not a joking manner. But I was like, I said, I wish Corn Pop would just send me $100,000 so I can pay off some of my bills and get moving on my land and stuff like that. Wouldn't that be nice? Because we send money everywhere. Our government sends money everywhere, billions and billions and billions of dollars for all kinds of different things. And then I think to myself, there's people in this country that are homeless. There's people in this country that go hungry. I had a gentleman come in today that he said he couldn't pay his power bill because he had to pay rent. And I'm thinking, we are the, what is it called? The shining star of the world. You know, it's America, but we have these things that happen. I mean, how many of you folks have gone out there and seen vets on the side of the road, you know, because they're in a bad situation and they're going hungry, or they're asking for money. Now, don't get me wrong. There's some bad element out there. There are people that abuse that, but still, we should not have that, right? But you see people all the time in a bad situation. Let me see. I'm trying to see what yeah, right, Joyce. That's hilarious. I'm trying to see. Bonnie had wrote something here, and I'm trying to back up a little bit. Yeah, 10 billion, Skittles. 10 billion. Welcome to the Daily Gray News. Thank you, Pony Girl. And I never, what's up, JM? Yeah, JM, and you're absolutely right. The general public will not know until it's way too late. We will be the last to know. I can't find what you guys were talking about because I was curious. What's up, Alien Prepper? Florida real estate sky high. Exactly, Alien. I can agree with you 100% there. What's up? Good to see you, Flyover. Son said that money will be laundered. Don't worry. Exactly. I'm trying to make sure good feeling when you have to make a choice between your medications or food. Agreed, Flora. And that's what people are going to have to do. People are going to have to make these drastic decisions in their life. I had someone come into the shop today and tell me, and it's funny, these conversations that I have all day, because I'm always preaching preparedness on camera and off camera. And I agree, Michelle. They said, yeah, man, you know, you can go down to McDonald's, they're paying $15 an hour. And I said, did you subtract inflation? Did you subtract the fuel and everything? And I started breaking it down to them, and they're like, no, I didn't. And I said, you're making less than you think. That little bit of $1 or so increase that you think that you got that's so beneficial to your paycheck, it's not. It's not. With inflation the way it is, and the cost of goods the way it is. Time for SPF 1000. Right on, John Jones. We're talking about Mike Lindell meme sliding the pillow behind. Right on, Bonnie. Okay. That is pretty hilarious. Oh, man. Anyways, where was I at? I was trying to figure out where I was going with this. Catching the late brother, been gone for a few days, miss y'all things. Hey, Pure Blood, I understand. And I tell people, if you missed a live stream, the replay is usually up within a few minutes after the live stream ends. And it still supports the channel. Your priority is not me. Your priority is you have lives to live. You have family to take care of. You have jobs to do. You got sleep to get. So I understand if you can't be here all the time in these live streams. Totally understandable, especially the late show, because it is kind of late. You know what I mean? At least if you're on the East Coast. Maybe if you're on the West Coast, not so much. And Skittles, a lot of folks have been mentioning that. If you want to get biblical in regards to the end times, I don't know how many folks have read Ezekiel in there when it talks about Israel and a bunch of other stuff like that. And when you start looking at some of this stuff biblically, it's also scary. It's like it's been foretold. And I myself can't quote from the Bible. I'm not that good, as I should be, but I know things that I've read and folks that have been teaching me in regards to, things that are in the Bible that has been stated. It's weird how relative it is to what's going on in this country or in the world in general. Let me see. I'm afraid of paying taxes. Watching people abuse the system, buying steak, lobster. Yeah, I agree, Milo. Yeah, Brian, Barbie, it's definitely all lining up, and I just don't get it. There will be wars and rumors of wars. John Jones. Easier for me to make the late live stream if I can stay awake. Roger that, Wink, and it's good to see you. Good to see you. And folks, a lot of people were wondering where I was yesterday. So I want to touch on that real quick to kind of deviate from the conversation that we're currently having. But because people know I usually put at least a video out either Monday or Wednesday or both. And I didn't do one on Monday or Wednesday just because I've been extremely busy. But I tried to do a gardening video because I'm doing a lot of stuff in the garden. And I was prepping the garden and trying to do a video. And so I made a quick update for my members, and you members probably know that if you've got the notification that I put a member video up. And also I decided to share it with my Discord members. So at least you knew that I was having an off day in regards to YouTube content creation because nothing was working right. My phone was shutting off. My camera didn't have an SD card. It was just a lot of crazy things yesterday. So my apologies that I've only done live streams. I like to do, because I have more things I need to review. And speaking of which, I want to share with you guys. I'll probably put it in my Discord for now, but I'll add it to my videos down the road. I worked out a deal with Blue Yeti for their spring sale, and they gave me a code. I think it's like GreyMan EB55. I'll double check on that. But if anybody's trying in the market for something like that, they're taking $60 off. But like I said, everybody's tight on money, so I don't know how well that's going to work, but $60 is $60. And if you're going to do something like that, I guess saving money any way you can using, my code or someone else's code, whoever has the best code that you can find, is beneficial to you. And I like the way the Alaska Prepper stated it on his live stream the other day. If you want to support a channel, and you can't do super chats, you can't do memberships and stuff like that. He basically is like, well, watching the video and being here and commenting is one way to help. Letting the commercials run is another way to help. And then, like, I myself have created an Amazon store. A lot of people do shop on Amazon. And if you're going to do it, you can use whatever creator that you prefer to use, and you click on their Amazon store and shop through there, and that helps benefit the creator as well, without actually spending any money, additional money on, let's say, a super chat, super sticker, and that kind of stuff like that. Because we're all feeling the crunch. So I understand, how things can be, not having extra money to just to say, hey, on YouTube, you know what I mean? Just to get a super chat. So there's other ways. If you want to support a content creator or someone that you watch, you can just do those additional steps. And I think folks like Yarn Prepper and stuff like that have mentioned that in the past, that you can do certain things to help assist your creators. I know I went off the deep end and started just talking and rambling on about that kind of stuff, and my day. But this is what the late show is about. We talk about a couple things. We chat amongst each other. I tell you about my life. You tell me about your life. All that kind of fun stuff like that. I appreciate that, Bitter Critter. It's funny that John got that whole thing, that Beaverines thing started. I forget. I emailed John, was it a week or so ago, and just talked to him briefly. It was pretty funny. But because I was wondering where that came from. Tara Smiles movies, yes. Matter of fact, we have sat here and talked about movies sometimes. GreyMan, you're rambling. That I am, Andrew. That I am. Sunset Amazon Smile site donates to a charity of your choice. That's kind of nice. Do you have to watch the whole commercial for it to help? Nope. Diane, 30 seconds. Don't watch more than 30 seconds. If a commercial is 2 minutes long, you don't need to spend that much time. 30 seconds is all it takes. 30 seconds of your time watching a commercial will benefit the YouTube content creator. And here's the thing is I was telling people in my Discord, in the video that I produced for members and Discord members, is I was like, look, if you get bored and you're new to the channel, I have probably, I don't know, maybe 300 videos by now, outside of, I guess, I'm not thinking about the live streams, but I have about 300 videos. I have playlists down below with, medical preps, garden videos, gear reviews. There's a lot of things on the channel that people can go check out. because the more time you spend on Grey's channel, the more YouTube likes it. Unfortunately, that's how it plays out. John 3:16, right on, Hawkeye. Yeah, Chief. And no, you're fine, Andrew. I get it. Ethel Miller, yeah, John at Prepper Nation. I could listen to you ramble and ramble for hours. I appreciate that, Dreams Acres. If I can only get Lady Grey to feel that way, that would be great. Where was I? So we were going down a path and we're talking about something, and I lost my train of thought. But all in all, you know, some of the things I've been discussing is I hope that when you guys watch these live streams, and I do bring up some of these topics, that you're getting value out of the content, because that's what in that video that I did for the YouTube members, and I told everybody I was going to talk about it here on this stream as well, but I wanted them to know first, just because they take it they go above and beyond to support the channel, and I hope you guys would understand that. Any deals found, grocery, etc. B Walker, I buy a lot of grocery stuff from Amazon. And you could, if you guys that have, let's say, I've told people this in the past, if you guys haven't, you know, that are dependent on EBT, I've learned specifically how EBT works now. You can buy stuff on Amazon, food and seeds and other things, even some herbs and spices with your EBT card. If you're in that situation, you can use that option as well. And I was going in a different direction before that popped up, but you know, would love you to do a video, medic, anything, suturing. Oh yeah. You know, Michelle, it's funny. The reason I stopped doing Medical Mondays is because YouTube kind of gave me a soft warning, when it comes to medical stuff. And it scared me a bit because I was very young, in the YouTubeverse. I'm still young. I've only been here for about a little over a year, but you know, I didn't want to, I'm scared to show something and someone not apply that skill without, if I show you something on my channel, let's say I get a piece of skin, you know, like a thing for suturing, right? And I show you how to suture. I broke down my medical bags many times, my IFACs, all that kind of stuff like that, of stuff of that nature. But my suggestion to you folks is if I show you something, yeah, I understand, Michelle, is my suggestion to people out there is if you can, search for classes that you can take locally. You know, reach out to the Red Cross, reach out to, you know, your local EMTs and paramedics, sheriff departments, because there's a lot of opportunities that you can learn stuff, sometimes through free classes or very cheap, when it comes to, you know, let's say, you know, stop the bleed classes, CPR and stuff like that. Or you can go to your local college and sometimes they'll have options there as well. Tim Brooks, this is new, great. Modern Refugee had a great bid today. Modern Refugee, that's a good one, Sunset. I haven't heard his name in a while. Hands-on is best. And Mennonite, I agree 100%. Learning something from someone on YouTube is cool, but if you're, what I would suggest is you can go on Amazon and you can buy all the stuff that I would be using and practice it yourself as well. But a lot of you folks out there know how to sew. And if you know how to sew, that's pretty much a big part of the battle when it comes to suturing. Now, of course, you want to learn the different types of suturing that you can use, different gauges. Sometimes you have nylon and different types of sutures themselves, because some people have different allergic reactions to things. So you got to understand who you're suturing. And I know in an emergency situation, you're going to do what you got to do, but and when it comes to that stuff like that, what did you say, Michelle? Maybe I could do it live with you and share our medic experiences, preps, and ideas. I'm totally, yeah, Michelle, reach out to me. I'm always open to do that. Bring back Medical Monday. YouTube sucks. I hear you, John Jones. Yeah, Freaky Geek, you're absolutely right. B Walker, super glue, staplers. You can buy the staplers if you're trying to do something quick. Super glue, pine sap. There's a lot of different things that you can do to suture wounds and whatnot, depending on how bad that wound is. Matter of fact, I did a video on wound care probably 7 or 8 months ago. B Walker stole my thunder. Yeah, right on, Michelle. Yeah, duct tape, B Walker. JM super glue. Right on. And it's funny you say that, Jam, because I literally have a bag of, like, I have everything to start an IV. I have saline solution over there. I have so much stuff. It's crazy. So what is the best size fishing line is good for sutures? Well, Man, monofilament line. I guess because you don't want to use something heavy. Man, something very, very lightweight. You know, like I don't know, maybe like a 1 pound test. I'm trying to think of all the different signs because that's how I know fishing line is by test. You know, 1 pound test, 3 pound test, 4 pound test, and the list goes on. Yeah, Michelle, exactly. The thinner the better. I'm wondering. I don't want to take away from the live stream because it'll take me a minute to get into my medical bag that's sitting over there because I have a huge suture kit that I could show you guys a lot of different things. I did a video on that breakdown of that bag as well. Dental floss, actually, yarn prepper. That's a good point. And exactly, Janford, throwing that. You and Yarn are thinking on the same premise. Dental floss, but not the ribbon kind. Oh, thank you, Pure Blood. I appreciate that. Silk thread, yeah, that would be an option as well, his sweetie. What's up, Karen Murphy? You mean the best technique isn't to amputate above the bicep and a paper cutting? Yeah, right. Yeah, Dragon. That probably wouldn't be your best option, right? You know, and I'm going to go off topic here because you just made me think about something. I mean, I pretty much talked about what I wanted to talk about of oil and gas and the economic impact. Hopefully you got what you got from that. So we'll spend the next 10 minutes just talking, right? Yeah, not flavored dental floss either. Please lift up. Jesus loving homesteader needs our friends to hit 1K. Mennonite, if one of the mods can find his channel, Jesus loving homesteader, if someone they can drop his link in the chat. You know what I mean? Dale, yeah, my Cafe Bustelo is getting light. That's how I know I get quick past my my live stream time. Man, I was going to mention something. Oh, how many of you folks out there watch 1883? I don't want to ruin it for anybody, but how many? You know, I finished the season 1883, and I mean it was a tearjerker, folks. I'll tell you that. Keep a knife hot to deal with the wound. Yeah, Chief. You know what's funny, Chief, is I have a little scar on my foot because I used that technique one time because there was nothing else that I had on me at the time, and we had the fire going, and I kind of I got that scar for the rest of my life. I agree, Michelle. Coffee is huge. Daily Prepper, you watch it? Okay, so yeah, it is really good, Dale. Sam Elliott is an awesome actor. Understandable, Wink. If you get a chance to watch it, Wink, it is great. But in one of the episodes, basically, the gentleman gets a snake bite, right? And basically the infection is running up from his leg, and if it keeps on going up, it's going to kill him. So these guys have to amputate this man's leg out on the prairie. And I was thinking, man, wow, imagine living in a time like that where you have a couple of cowboys, you know, a bottle of some sort of whiskey or something, a fire, and just random stuff to cut someone's leg off it and amputate it out on the prairie. I mean, I was like, man, that's intense. What's up, Potato Head? Good to see you. Yeah, Freaky Geek, I won't ruin it for you. Like I said, what's up? Good to see you, Mike. Asymmetrical preparedness in the house, folks. Suck it out. Yeah, right, Pure Blood. And that's the hugest mistake everybody thinks. You know, and it's funny, even my wife knows not to suck out, not to suck out the poison of a snake bite. You know what I mean? Yeah, Jesus loving homesteader, I agree. That would be a worst case scenario for sure. What's up, Ark Wildman? Good to see you as well. Good to see you as well, man. What's up, Christy? Yeah, and Flyover State, I was ecstatic that they are they're renewing for season 5, and I just can't wait for it to come out. And for you folks that might be coming in now, we've kind of finished up the majority of the content part of the live stream, what we were talking about with the oil and gas and the economic impact and all that fun stuff like that. We're kind of wrapping it up. We're kind of just chatting it away right now. One-on-one with Gray. Looks like you're out of coffee, brother. Yeah, I keep on looking at the cup. I got like a sip, so I'm savoring it. Pure Blood. That's a bit too fort. Yeah, I agree, D14. I never really, Bonnie. That's a really intriguing piece of information, Bonnie. Very intriguing, to say the least. And thank you, Harvey, for sharing Asymmetrical Preparedness's link. Great channel, folks. Great channel. Yes, have antibiotics. You know, I can do a shameless plug right now, folks. How do I want to do this? If you haven't got your Jace Medical yet, you might want to get 5 antibiotics in this thing for about $259. The link's down below. I'm kidding. You know, so I know, understand some folks can't afford this situation. And I'll be honest with you, you know, I got mine for free because, you know, I'm part of their affiliate program now. But I was very happy to work with this company because if you watch the video that I made with this whole Jace Medical, I really did a 30-minute video and broke down every possible reason why this would be important, depending on your situation, depending on your, because some people say, well, I have insurance. And I said, okay, that I understand that insurance will get you a bottle of antibiotics, but it's good to have antibiotics on hand in the aspect of having the variation of antibiotics that I have. So when you look at the price point, because, okay, you get an infection in your toe and you got to go get antibiotics. So that's one hospital visit. You get sick. You need antibiotics for whatever sickness that you have that they need to treat you for, like a Z-Pack. You have to go to the hospital or a clinic. So you have to make 5 different trips and use your insurance 5 different times for 5 different antibiotics, which still may be cheaper for you depending on your insurance and your policies. But I don't have insurance. So to me, this is a steal. That's awesome, Rena LaRue. And like I said, Rudy's been helping me out a lot with it. Rudy loves the Jace Medical too. And Rudy usually shares my Jace Medical link, which is truly, I told him, I said, man, you're awesome, Rudy. Because like I said, when me and Rudy get together, and some of you folks, I'm talking about Alaska Prepper, when we get on the phone, an hour will fly by. And well, you know, it's funny because we sit there, we don't realize that we've talked for a whole hour on the phone, but we have a good conversation. Jan, exactly. Egg whites is good for burns. Thank you, Harvey, for posting that. I appreciate that. Yeah, Vanna White, right? You know, the whole thing, right? That's hilarious. He's the overall insurance for sure, right? Insurance used to be, and D14. The crazy thing is so my wife decided to get health insurance at the job before she got the good job that she has now. And she was paying to add me to it. It was going to be almost almost $300 a month. And I said, don't add me to it. If I get sick, I'll deal with it. But for her and the kid, it was like $179 a month. And I'm thinking, that's a month. That's if you get sick and if you need it. Crazy. I appreciate that, Milo. My goal was to inform and educate the best I could on that product. Sure, it's great that I can make a commission off a sale of that, but I don't want to promote something just because I'm going to make money off it. You know what I mean? I want to promote something and do a good job of breaking it down so that you, the viewer, get a good gist of what the product is about. You know what I mean? I just don't want to say, hey, hey, I got this. And if you click my link down below, it's awesome and blah, blah, blah. You know, that kind of stuff. I want to dive into detail about the product, show you pros and cons and kind of, tear that apart and give you as much as information I possibly can. So yes, my videos sometimes on reviews will run long because I want to show you as much information as I possibly can. So you are as informed as you possibly can be if you're looking at something that I'm showing on my channel. What's up, Christy? Good to see you. And Mennonite, and that's what I'm saying. I just started my Amazon. The reason I put an Amazon store together is because I would get tons of comments and tons of emails, people saying, hey, what do you suggest for the best saw or a light or a solar generator or a ferrocerium rod? People are asking me all these questions. And yeah, right, Jeff? Yeah, click the link and get free honey. That would be awesome, right? Oh, man. And Jeff, since I know you live close to Jeff, I got a new connection for honey. It's 3 pounds for $15. You can see what I paid for it right there. I don't know if it'll scroll in there. It's locally grown here in Brevard County, Florida. And $15. So $30 if you want 6 pounds. Local bee guy. Pretty awesome. Pretty awesome. You get sick these days, and even the cost of insurance can force you into bankruptcy. Exactly, Elizabeth. But anyways, I created the Amazon so I can direct people to that, so they can see some of the products that I've had on the channel that I use or that I would recommend. But with anything that I ever show you, I expect that you, the viewer, to also take it a step further and do some deeper research into the product before you spend your hard-earned money on something that Grey suggests. You know what I'm saying? Oh yeah, yeah, I can. Jeff, you want the address to the place? Matter of fact, Jeff, it'll be really close to my new property, or my plot of land that I got. We'll have to hang out, because once I get the property, I told the guy that's clearing the land that I want to build a berm so I can shoot out there. I said, because I'm allowed to shoot, and as long as I have a berm put there, I can shoot all I want on my property. So I'm very excited about that. Yes, Freaky Geek, exactly. Local honey is a lot better. Local anything that you can support. If you're not growing your own vegetables and growing your own stuff, if you can support a local farmer, especially the small guys, the small farmers, small honey beekeepers, anything that you can buy local from, your community, is always better to take that money and reinvest it into your community that helps you guys out in your area. Don't hunt honeybees, GreyMan. No, Freaky Geek. I was talking to him about his bees, and I was like, that's kind of nice to know that you're in the neighborhood. So when I have my garden out there, I know that that I'll help. His bees will help pollinate my garden. So I thought that was awesome. Agreed, Michelle. And the awesome thing is going outside my house and being able to just go out there and shoot when I want to in my own range, which is very awesome. Daily Prepper, I told him I would like to have a couple to start off with, maybe one or two until I get used to it, to add to my homestead as well. So yes, support live music. There are only 30,000 family farms left in. Wow, Mennonite, that's crazy. Thanks for sharing that, by the way. Please grow your own if you can. Exactly, Asymmetrical or Mike. I can't stress enough, even if you live in an apartment, to do everything you possibly can to grow stuff. Even if you can only grow microgreens, you know what I mean? Because I've talked about microgreens and how nutritional they are. You can get the little hydroponic systems, but you can grow microgreens all different kinds of way. I wanted to do a video, and I just haven't found a way to put it all together yet. But I want to show people how you can get gardening supplies for free, from seeds to tools to all kinds of different things, because I've been doing research on this, because I know some people just don't have the finances to do certain things. So I'm trying to figure out a way to produce this video to give you guys an idea of things that you guys can use to get free stuff for gardening. Like I learned, I'll be honest with you folks, I watch a lot of gardening channels. I watch a lot of cooking channels in regards to canning and stuff like that. Speaking of which, I don't know how many of you guys know who David the Good is. Do you guys, before we wrap this up too much, we got a little bit longer. How many of you guys know who David the Good is? And the reason I'm asking this is me and David have been talking via email. And I want to do a live stream with David the Good. And we've kind of set up a couple different dates. He gets busy, but he wants to do a live stream on the channel. Cowboy Crack. Oh, that's awesome, B Walker. That's pretty cool. Gray Sky. Love the name. We are growing microgreens and shit. That's awesome, Mike. Okay, so Christy, yeah, David the Good is awesome. Yeah, Pony Girl. So I've been talking with David, and we're trying to set up a live stream, an interview style live stream like I normally do. We might be going on the 8th. He says as long as he remembers. I just don't want to promise you guys that David's going to be on the channel and then he forgets and then doesn't make it, because he hit me up last Tuesday right before I was going to go live, and I said, David, I'm about to go live. It's too late. I already have a topic and a thumbnail. So this Tuesday we might go live. I don't want to make any promises, but we're trying to get that down. Also, I've been speaking to Bjorn Andreas, or Bjorn Bulhansen. You guys know who Bjorn is. A lot of you folks do. And we're trying to set up a stream. But the problem is with his time difference, we would have to do a stream like around noontime. So if you ever see me go live at noon, I wish I could promote it, because it's just hard to nail some of this stuff down. But we would like to do something together as well. with him. That's awesome, Rena LaRue. And so a real quick side note. So like Walmart and all these companies, they have these seeds, right? And every year they have these seeds that they had from the following year. Some of these stores will actually throw them away or give them away. So making friends with some of these places that you can make friends with, someone in the gardening section of Home Depot, Lowe's, Walmart, whoever that you can, finagle. There's options to get free stuff. It's not like the seeds have gone bad. They're just last year's seeds. I've learned of this just recently watching these gardening channels. Right, Mennonite. Great man, have a great night. I'm got to go. Good night, everyone. Yeah, Andrew, I'm about to wrap this up too. It hit an hour, and I got to get up in about 5 hours to go back to work and work from morning till night tomorrow as well. B Walker, yes, there's a lot of things. You have to dig for stuff, and you can find a lot of free stuff. Like people always ask me, where do I get food grade buckets at? I said, do you have any bakers nearby? They get frosting in the 5-gallon buckets, and some of these places will let you just have it. Some people looking for compost. You can go to certain sites that people will give away compost. It's a city kind of composting thing. There's websites for it, and that's why I think it's important to do this video eventually, where I can put it all together in one spot. I have 3-year-old jalapeno plants I dig up each year and keep in my house. I got over 400 peppers from it last year. Wow, that's awesome, McBean. Yeah, Dream Makers, thank you for that. Don't forget to hit the like button if you can before you leave. Yeah, Ethel, it is pretty crazy. What's up, Mr. Boots and Bounty? Coming in right at the end. Small Cake Sam's, etc. Yeah, Jeff. There's a lot of places where if you take the time and the initiative to do the research, you can get a lot of free things. Like I said, and the frosting buckets at your local bakery, it's a food grade bucket. And now sometimes I would suggest things like, maybe replacing the lid if the seal, anything's wrong with the seal, or put a gamma lid on there, things like that. But little investment versus what you're getting. I appreciate that, Minuteman. Store seeds dry, dark, and cool. And Wink, it's funny you say that because there's you guys, some of the stuff you guys talk about, I smile because I've pondered doing videos of some of the stuff you guys are talking about. So eventually you'll probably see some stuff. Yeah, Kevin Grip, free manure. And I agree, you'll be surprised. Free coffee grounds. Yeah, Pony Girl, and you can get coffee grounds. I think Starbucks does it. Other little independent coffee shops, Dunkin' Donuts. There's other places you can go. Most of the places will just say, here, if you want to add it to your compost, you can go to your local produce stands. And some of the vegetables that have gone bad, if they're not going to use them, if they're just going to toss them, tell them, hey, can I get those? I want to put them in my compost. You can get a lot of free stuff if you apply yourself. What's up, Barbara? But anyways, folks, I do got to wrap this up. I want to say thank you for all you folks being here tonight. Truly appreciate it. I mean, thank you for the last 20 minutes to let me ramble on and kind of, talking with you guys back and forth and some of the things that you guys wanted to talk about outside of the topic that we talked about earlier. But thank you. Thank you for being here. Thank you for taking the time out of your evening to come and hang out here with Grey. And like you said, if you need more Grey, what Grey's off, check out the playlist, check out the other content on the channel, and drop a comment. Let me know what you think of that video. And if you want me to do more videos like that, like I said, there's all different types of playlists down there in the on the tubes. And mods, thank you guys. You guys are always phenomenal. I always appreciate you guys' hard work, sharing links and making everything family friendly. You guys are awesome. So I truly appreciate that as well. Other than that, I want to say, everybody, please have a great weekend. Stay safe out there. If you can, make sure you're prepped up as best as you can, because you never know what's around that corner. Other than that, this is GreyMan. I'm out. God bless.